Morning children, welcome to class 1 computers. Children, this is our computer book IT Planet My Bits and Bytes computer series 1. Children, in our previous video we were doing chapter 6 of this book, that is keyboard. So we have studied and understood all about keyboards, and then we were doing book exercise of this chapter. So children, let us revise what we did in our previous video, and then we'll do the remaining exercises of this chapter, and then we'll move on to chapter 7. So children, let's start. So children, self-evaluation. So here we are going to revise whatever we did in the chapter. So after reading the chapter, I know these points. First point is, children, I know that keyboard is used to type into the computer. So children, we know that whatever things we type on the computer, we type through the keyboard. So I have understood this line from the chapter. Now second point is, I know that buttons on a keyboard are called keys. चिल्ड्रन, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया है, जो कीबोर्ड होता है उससे हम यूज़ करते हैं टाइप करने के लिए. कुछ भी हमको टाइप करना है, चाहे हमको नंबर्स टाइप करना है, चाहे हमको अल्फ़ाबेट टाइप करना है, हम कंप्यूटर से करते हैं. तो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट वी ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड फ्रॉम द चैप्टर. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज, आई नो दैट बटन्स ऑन द कीबोर्ड्स आर कॉल्ड I know that buttons on a keyboard are called keys. So children, by now we very well know that there are many buttons present on the keyboard, and these small buttons are called keys. So this statement also we have understood from the chapter. I know that there are 101 to 102 keys on a keyboard. So children, as we know, we have 101 to 105 keys on the keyboard or on a कीबोर्ड. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज़ ऑल्सो राइट. हमने जैसा कि पढ़ा है 101 या 102, 103 या 105, इनमें से कोई भी नंबर हो सकते हैं कीबोर्ड पे, क्योंकि वी हैव डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कीबोर्ड, एंड डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टाइप ऑफ कीबोर्ड वी हैव वेरिंग नंबर्स विच कम्स बिटवीन 101 to 105. तो अभी हमारे कीबोर्ड में 101 या 102 कीज भी हो सकते हैं. I have learnt that 26 alphabet keys are used to type letters, words and sentences. So children, as we have studied, there are alphabet keys also present on the keyboard. These keys are used for writing letters, words and sentences. So this statement is also true. This we have understood from the chapter, that the alphabet of English, the letters of English alphabet are present on the keyboard, and these alphabet keys help in writing letters, words and sentences. Now next one is, children, I know that 10 numbers keys are marked as 1 to 9 and 0 on the keyboard. So children, as we know, there are 10 number keys, that is 1 to 9 and 0 on the keyboard, which are used for writing, countings, countings, tables, or for doing the calculations. So this is also true. I know that enter key is used to move the cursor to the next line. When we press enter key, children, our cursor moves to the next line. जब भी हम enter key को press करते हैं, हमारा cursor next line में चला जाता है. तो cursor हम enter key को use करके हम cursor को next line में भेज सकते हैं. So this statement is also true. I know that enter key is used to move the cursor to the next line. I have learnt that backspace key is used to give space between two characters or the words. This also we know कि the space bar key is used for giving space between two characters, दो character के बीच में या फिर दो words के बीच में. So this statement is also right. Then next is, I know that there are 12 function keys marked F1 to F12. As I told you while teaching the chapter or explaining the chapter, that there are 12 function keys. It starts from F1 to F12. 12, and each function key have its own task. It has its own function. So these are the things which we have studied and understood from the chapter. So children, you all must have understood all these points. So let us read it once again. I know that a keyboard is used to type into the computer. हम कीबोर्ड के थ्रू कंप्यूटर में कुछ भी टाइप करते हैं. I know that buttons on the keyboard are called keys. The small buttons which are present on the keyboard are called keys. I know that there are 101 to 105 keys on a keyboard. I have learned that the 26 alphabet keys are used for typing letters, words and sentences. I know that 10 number keys marked as 1 to 9 and 0 on the keyboard. Then we have, I know that enter key is used to move the cursor to the next line. Enter key को हम use करते हैं cursor को next line में भेजने को. I know. I have learnt that space bar key is used to give space between two characters or the words. हम दो letters या characters या words के बीच में हमें space देना है तो हम space bar use करते हैं. The last one is I know that there are 12 function keys marked from F1 to F12 present on the keyboard. So these are the points which we have studied and understood from the chapter. Now children, our next question is book exercise. Now we are going to do the book exercise. In book exercise children, the first question we have is A. Tick the correct answer. So here we have first question. This is tick the correct answer. So we are going to read one by one and tick the answer. So children, our first answer is A. A dash is used to type into a computer. A dash is used to type into a computer. What is used to type into computer? A dash is used to type into computer. That is keyboard. As we have already studied, that keyboard is the one which is used to type in the computer. Now, alphabet keys are used to type words. As we know, letters of English alphabet are present on the keyboard, and these keys are called alphabet keys, and these are used for writing words. Alphabet keys are used to type words. Children, alphabet keys are used to type words. So you will put a tick in the column A, in the box A, that is words. And third one is children, dash is the longest key on the keyboard. So children, as we have studied in the chapter, the longest key in the keyboard is space bar. So you will put in the box in front of space bar and write here space bar. SPACE space BAR bar. And in second one you will write word. As you have ticked in the box in front of word, here you will write words, and here you will write keyboard. So these are the answer. So let us read once again. First one is a dash is used to type into a computer. So keyboard is used to type into a computer. Now alphabet keys are used to type words. Alphabet keys are used to type words, and here you will tick in the keyboard. Now dash is the longest key on the keyboard. Space bar is the longest key on the keyboard. Now this is question number A. Now coming to question number B. In question number B children, here some statements are given. You are going to read out the statements, and as per the statement you are going to write the names. Now so here you are some clues are given. Some letters of the word is given. So you will from these letters you will be able to guess which key am I. Okay, so here we are going to identify the name of the keys about which it is written. So let us read one by one. So first one is I can type your name. I can type your name. So children, what is that which helps you to type the name? Here the word starts with A. So it is alphabet key. Alphabets help us to write our name. So ALPHABET, alphabet is the I can type your name means alphabet. By using alphabet we can write anyone's name. Or now next one, children, I can type your name. Answer is alphabet. AL, here is ALPHABET, alphabet. If I am on, I type capital letters. So children, what is that? If I am on, I type capital letters. That means caps lock. As we have studied in the chapter, caps lock, if you put the caps lock on, the letters which you type from the keyboard will be written in capital letter, and if the caps lock is off, it will the letters we type from the keyboard will be written with small letter. So CAPS, caps, LOCK, lock, caps lock. Now I insert a blank space between the words. I insert a blank space between the words. So children, here we have a space bar. As we know, we use space bar to insert blank space between the words. अगर आपको words के बीच में blank space insert करना है तो you will use the key space bar, SPACE, space BAR, bar. So here you will write space bar. Next one is, children, I can move the cursor to the next line. Very easy. I hope you all know all these answers because we have revised these answers many times. So children, if you want to move to the next line, you will press enter button, ENTER, enter key. So children, in order to go back, in order to move to the next line, the cursor, if you want to move the cursor to the next line, you will press enter. Now fifth one is, children, I can erase the letters. As we know, backspace is used to erase the letter from the towards the left. If you use backspace to erase the letter, it will erase the letter towards the left. वो लेफ्ट की तरफ को लेटर्स को इरेज करेगा. सो चिल्ड्रन, लेट अस रीड इट वंस अगेन. हियर वी हैव फर्स्ट वन, आई कैन टाइप योर नेम, दैट इज अल्फाबेट. इफ आई एम ऑन, फर्स्ट वन इज आई कैन टाइप योर नेम, दिस इज अल्फाबेट. द वर्ड will come here is alphabet. If I am on, I type capital letters, that is caps lock. If I am on, I type capital letters, that is caps lock. I insert a blank space between the words, that is backspace. I can move the cursor to the next line is enter, and then at the end we have I can erase the letters is backspace. So children, here is the question number B. Now come to question number C. As I told you, question number C, match the column A with column B. Here we have in column, let us remember. Now here we have two columns. Column A we have names written, and column B we have the sign or the keys which represent each name given in column A. So here we have the symbol or the sign or the figure which denotes these names which are given in column A, and in column B we have the signs or the symbols which denotes these names. So first one is cursor. As we know, the vertical line shown here is the vertical line shown here is the cursor. ये जो vertical line हमको यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है, इसको हम cursor कहते हैं. Now enter. For enter we have this L shaped. This is now caps lock. Caps lock is shown by this, and space bar is shown with the long key. As we know, space bar is the longest key. Now cursor, children, here this vertical line is called cursor, and enter is here. This is the symbol for enter key, and caps lock, here it is written also, this symbol is for caps lock, and space bar, as we know, this long bar, space bar is the longest bar on the keyboard. Now next one is application based question. So children, the computer teacher asked Raghu to identify and name the longest key on the keyboard. So children, as we know, the longest key on the keyboard is स्पेस बार. तो यहाँ पे ये जो क्वेश्चन नंबर डी है, ये एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. और एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, जैसे कि हमने पहले भी पढ़ा है, एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन जो होता है वो जो भी हम चीज़ें पढ़ते हैं चैप्टर में, उसके बाद उसको पढ़ करके जो हम अपनी लाइफ में अप्लाई करते हैं, उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन होता है. तो यहाँ पे भी द कंप्यूटर टीचर आस्क्ड रघु टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड नेम द longest key on the keyboard. So Raghu was able to identify the longest key on the keyboard, but he was not able to tell the name. So you are going to help him out in writing the name of the key. तो आपने, क्योंकि आपने चैप्टर में पढ़ा है और समझा है और आप जानते हो कि जो सबसे बड़ी की या लंबी की है कीबोर्ड में वो है स्पेस बार, तो उसने दिखा करके बताया कि दिस इज़ द लॉन्गेस्ट की, बट ही वॉज नॉट एबल टू नेम द की. वो उस की का नाम नहीं बता पा रहा था. तो आप उसको उस की का नाम बता करके उसकी हेल्प करोगे और यहाँ पे आपका एप्लीकेशन दिखाई देगा. दैट मीन्स कि यू आर अप्लाइंग इट इन योर लाइफ. इफ़ यू टेल हिम द नेम ऑफ दैट की, दैट मीन्स यू आर अप्लाइंग योर नॉलेज in helping him out. So you are applying the knowledge in your life. So this is the main purpose of this application based question. So answer is space bar key. तो आप उसका नाम उसको बताने में या लिखने में हेल्प करेंगे. Now children, in computer lab, find the right name of these keys present on the keyboard in the given box. अब this is lab activity. In the computer lab, find and write the number of these keys present on the keyboard in the given box. अब यहाँ पे तुमको पहले तो आइडेंटिफाई करना है, फाइंड करना है, मतलब ढूंढना है फ्रॉम द कीबोर्ड these keys which are given here, and then you are going to write the number of the keys present on the keyboard. So let us try. We have studied the chapter, so we know the numbers of these keys now. So take the pen. Enter key. We have 2 enter keys on the keyboard. So you will write here 2. Alphabet key, children, we have 26 alphabet keys. As there are 26 letters in English alphabet, we know that these are represented by small keys on the keyboard, and these are in 26 numbers. ये इनके नंबर होते हैं 26. Now 26. Now function keys, as we know, there are 12 function keys starting from F1 to F12. So you will write here 12. F1 to F12 means there are 12 function keys. Now number keys, as we know, there are 10 numbers given on the keyboard. So you that is 1 to 9 plus 0. So you will write 10. So this is question number E. That is lab question. So children, this also we have completed. Once again, let us read the same question. In the computer lab, find the right number of these keys present on the keyboards in the given box. When we go to the lab, we will we will take a keyboard, and from there we will try to find out. But children, as we have studied the chapter, we very well know which key is found in how much number. So you will write it one by one. Let us write. So here we have enter key. We have 2 enter keys present on the keyboard. We have 26 alphabet keys present on the keyboard. We have 12 function keys present on the keyboard, and we have 10 number keys present on the keyboard. So this is question number. This is last question of this chapter, children. With this we have completed the chapter. So let us, children, let us start our next chapter. We have completed our previous chapter, that was chapter 6, keyboard. So we have understood all about the keyboards. Now after completing the book exercise of keyboards, chapter 6, we are going to start our next chapter, that is mouse. So children, you can see on the screen, here is chapter 7, the mouse. So children, in this chapter we will be reading all about the mouse. So children, as we know, keyboard and the mouse are very important part of the computer, and we have already studied about keyboard in our previous chapter. Today we are going to read the mouse. So children, in this chapter we are going to cover the following headings, that is mouse. We'll be reading about mouse, features of mouse, holding a mouse, using a mouse, function of mouse, mouse pointer. So these are the points which we are going to read in the chapter and try to understand. So children, firstly we'll meet Lappy. Here is Lappy. So Lappy says, dear kids, now you are familiar with the keyboard. So as I told you, we are very much familiar with the keyboard. We have understood all about the keyboard. We have done the chapter as well as we have done the exercise also. So children, you have also understood the previous chapter. I hope you all have understood. So let us start to know more about this mouse. By now we have read few things about the mouse. Now today we are going to read more about the mouse, or we are going to read in detail about the mouse. So children, our first topic is here, mouse. What is mouse, children? So the first question arises, what is mouse? So you can say a mouse is a pointing device. So we have already studied a mouse is a pointing device. जब भी आपको कोई चीज़ दिखाना होता है तो आप अपनी इंडेक्स फिंगर को दूसरों की तरफ, जिस चीज़ को भी दिखाना है उसकी तरफ फिंगर करके आप उसे दिखाते हैं. इसे कहते हैं पॉइंट करना, किसी को दिखाना. तो ये जो इंडेक्स फिंगर है, इट प्लेज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन शोइंग समबडी और समथिंग. तो यहाँ पर भी जो हमारा माउस है, इट इज़ कॉल्ड पॉइंटिंग डिवाइस, क्योंकि जो भी चीज़ हमको स्क्रीन पे चिल्ड्रन दिखाई देती है, या फिर चीज़ों को हमको एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव करना है, या किसी भी चीज़ को सेलेक्ट करना है, तो हम माउस को यूज़ करते हैं. सो यू कैन सी विच इज़ यूज्ड टू मूव, पॉइंट एंड सेलेक्ट आइटम ऑन द कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन. कोई भी आइटम को मूव करना है, पॉइंट करना है या सेलेक्ट करना है, तो वी यूज़ this mouse. This mouse looks like a real mouse, that is why its name is mouse. बच्चों, अगर हम एक बार देखते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ ना कुछ शेप इसका हमारे ओरिजिनल माउस की तरह दिखता है, इसलिए हम इसको माउस कहते हैं. बट इट इज़ कंप्यूटर माउस. And other than children moving, pointing and selecting the items on the computer, it is also used for drawing and पेंटिंग. अगर आपने ड्राइंग और पेंटिंग कंप्यूटर पे की होगी तो यू मस्ट बी नोइंग कि जो माउस होता है, इट हेल्प्स अस इन कलरिंग. जब हम कुछ भी ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं तो कलर करने में हमें हेल्प करता है. इवन पेंट करने में, ड्रॉ भी करने में हेल्प करता है, और पेंट जब हम उसको कलरिंग करते हैं तब भी हमको हेल्प करता है कलर फिल करने में. ठीक है. तो दिस माउस इज़ नॉट ओनली यूज्ड फॉर मूविंग, पॉइंटिंग एंड सेलेक्टिंग द आइटम, बट ऑल्सो इट इज़ यूज्ड फॉर ड्राइंग एंड पेंटिंग. इसको ड्राइंग और पेंटिंग करने के लिए भी यूज़ किया जाता है. सो चिल्ड्रन, दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट माउस. एज आई टोल्ड यू, माउस इज़ वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द कंप्यूटर. मतलब जो माउस होता है ये भी एक कंप्यूटर का इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है, और यूजिंग माउस वी कैन पॉइंट, मूव और सेलेक्ट आइटम्स ऑन अ स्क्रीन। हम स्क्रीन के ऊपर चीज़ों को, किसी भी चीज़ को सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, मूव कर सकते हैं या पॉइंट कर सकते हैं। दिस इज़ द मेन पर्पस ऑफ computer mouse. Now another use of computer mouse is to draw and paint. जब भी हम कुछ भी ड्रॉ और पेंट करते हैं कंप्यूटर पे, तो इस माउस को हम यूज़ करते हैं। सो चिल्ड्रन, दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट द माउस. लेट अस रीड other things about the mouse. For example, the features of mouse. So children, what do you mean by features? The facilities provided by the mouse. तो हमें क्या क्या facilities देता है ये माउस, एडवांटेज देता है ये माउस? पहले सबसे पहले लेट अस सी व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द माउस. तो यहाँ पे वी हैव, यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर चिल्ड्रन, हियर वी हैव, this is a mouse. Okay, you all are familiar with the mouse. आप सभी familiar हो? Now this is the mouse. So here we have 3 buttons. This first button is left button, then second is right button, and this third one is scroll button. तो हमारे पास माउस में कभी 2 बटन होते हैं और कभी 3 बटन होते हैं. तो 2 बटन तो लेफ्ट बटन और राइट बटन हो गया, जिससे यूज़ करके हम कुछ भी करते हैं, वॉट एवर इज़ नीडेड वी डू. और जो स्क्रॉल बटन होता है इसे हम व्हील कहते हैं, इट इज़ नोन एज व्हील. ये थर्ड बटन होता है. तो इस बटन से हम पेज अप एंड पेज डाउन करते हैं और ऊपर स्क्रीन को ऊपर नीचे स्क्रॉल करते हैं. सो हियर चिल्ड्रन, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, यू कैन सी प्रॉपरली, दिस इज़ first button, that is left button, then we have second button, that is right button, and third button is called wheel. उसके अलावा we can see a wire here. This wire is used for attaching the mouse to the computer, or if you want to attach it with the laptop, you attach with the laptop. But children, nowadays we are having mouse without wire also. It works in the same manner और सेम वे विदाउट वायर ऑल्सो. तो दिस इज़ अ स्मार्ट माउस. बिना वायर को अटैचमेंट के भी वो हमारे जो लैपटॉप है उससे काम करता है. सो दीज आर द फीचर्स ऑफ माउस. नाउ लेट अस सी द माउस. द माउस, अ माउस कॉमनली हैज़ 2 buttons. कॉमनली 2 buttons होते हैं, एक लेफ्ट बटन और एक राइट बटन. जस्ट नाउ आई टोल्ड यू. एंड अ स्मॉल व्हील ऑन इट. अब ये जो स्मॉल व्हील होता है वी कॉल इट एज स्क्रॉल बटन. अब उसके अलावा इट हैज़ अ लॉन्ग वायर अटैच्ड टू इट. और उसके अलावा इन 3 चीज़ों के अलावा, 3 बटन्स के अलावा, इट ऑल्सो हैज़ अ स्मॉल वायर विच इज़ अटैच्ड टू इट. व्हेन वी वांट टू वर्क using the mouse, we attach this mouse to laptop or the computer. So children, this is all about the features of the mouse. Once again we can see, first thing, this is mouse. Here you can see the picture of mouse. This is mouse. And now this number 1 is the left button of the mouse and number 2 is the right button of the mouse. So sometimes we have only 2 buttons and sometimes we have one scroll button also. Here we have at the middle of the mouse, between the right and left button, we have a small wheel shaped button. This wheel shaped button is called the scroll button, which is used to scroll the screen up and down. Other than these children, you can also see a wire over here which is used to attach the mouse either with the computer or with the laptop. तो ये है फीचर्स. और उसके बाद ये है हमारा फीचर माउस का. सो लेट अस सी व्हाट ऑल आर रिटन. अ माउस कॉमनली हैज़ 2 buttons. कॉमनली इसके पास 2 buttons होते हैं एंड अ स्मॉल व्हील ऑन इट. और एक स्मॉल व्हील होता है विच इज़ नोन एज स्क्रॉल बटन. इट हैज़ अ लॉन्ग वायर अटैच्ड टू इट. सो चिल्ड्रन, why this wire is attached to the mouse? This wire is attached to the mouse for working on computer or लैपटॉप, जब भी हमें लैपटॉप या कंप्यूटर में काम करना रहता है तो हम इस वायर के थ्रू इसको अटैच कर देते हैं. बट नाउ डेज वी आर ऑल्सो हैविंग द माउस विदाउट द वायर. सो चिल्ड्रन, next let us come to the next topic, that is holding a mouse. So children, it is very important to know how to hold a mouse. Here in the picture you can see very clearly, it is shown. Here we are using our two fingers. First one is index finger and the second is middle finger. So children, these two fingers play very important role while working on computer using mouse. तो हमारे पास दो फिंगर है, एक इंडेक्स फिंगर है, सबको पता है. द फिंगर विच इज़ यूज्ड फॉर पॉइंटिंग समथिंग इज कॉल्ड द इंडेक्स फिंगर. और इंडेक्स फिंगर के बगल में जो मिडिल फिंगर है, जो लंबी वाली फिंगर होती है, उसको हम मिडिल फिंगर कहते हैं. सो इंडेक्स फिंगर इज बिसाइड द थम के बगल वाली फिंगर होती है, और इंडेक्स फिंगर के बगल वाली फिंगर को हम मिडिल फिंगर कहते हैं. तो हम इंडेक्स फिंगर और मिडिल फिंगर को यूज़ करते हैं फॉर वर्किंग ऑन द माउस. अब यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं, वी कैन सी हियर चिल्ड्रन, कीप योर palm on the mouse. You will keep your palm on the mouse and index finger on the left button of the mouse. First point is keep your palm on the mouse, keep your index finger on the left button. उसके बाद अपने इंडेक्स फिंगर को लेफ्ट बटन पे रखेंगे एंड कीप योर मिडिल फिंगर ऑन द राइट बटन. और मिडिल फिंगर को हम यहाँ पे राइट बटन पे रखेंगे, इंडेक्स फिंगर को हम लेफ्ट बटन पे रखेंगे. नाउ ऑलवेज प्ले द माउस ऑन द माउस पैड. जब भी हम माउस को यूज़ कर रहे हैं, इट शुड बी केप्ट ऑन द माउस पैड. यू ऑल नो व्हाट इज माउस पैड. देयर इज़ अ मैट काइंड ऑफ स्क्वायर thing which is used to keep the mouse. On that we keep the mouse and then use it for the smooth functioning. So always place the mouse here. Children, you can see, always place the mouse on the mouse pad to move it smoothly. To move the wheels of the mouse, use your index finger. और जब भी हमको wheels को use करना है, wheels को up and down करना है, तो हम अपने इंडेक्स फिंगर को यूज़ करेंगे. सो चिल्ड्रन, वी हैव कवर्ड few points about the mouse. With this we end today's video. Read these topics which we have covered today. In our next video we will be reading further into the chapter. We'll going further into the chapter. Till then, thank you.